I have expectations. I have very high expectations. For me, Mumbai, when I lived in Mumbai, my hair would just. I'm still newer. I still want to do a lot of really interesting work as an actor here. Like I said, that's my day job. Would love to see that on like Katrina. I think her face would look great. I don't think I've ever seen her in like short hair. That would be cool.
Hello, everyone. This is Aina, and I have the global icon Priyanka Chopra with me today. Welcome to Pink Villa.
Thank you so much for having me.
And it's a pleasure to have you. First of all, congratulations on your brand. We're really eager to use it, and we're finally happy that it's launching in India.
Me too. I'm very excited about bringing it to India. The Anomaly, which is a hair care line, the foundation has been entrenched in, us growing up with oiling our hair and, our grandparents or our mums or our parents telling us that that's really good for you. But scalp care and the foundation of your hair is something that, we don't end up paying too much attention to.
Right.
And Anomaly is basically its roots are in India. So I'm just very proud and happy to be able to bring it home.
I have to ask you that there's so much effort in making this whole process so effective, right from the formulas. It's vegan, it's cruelty free, the packaging is sustainable. You also launched it in international markets, like every box is ticked. How challenging was it to get everything together?
Of course, it is challenging because it is a new brand. First of all, we launched it during the pandemic. It was launched in 2021. I was saying this to somebody else earlier, like being a founder of a brand or being involved in the business side of the brand as an investor or a founder is very different than being the face of a brand. From thinking about the promise that I'm making directly to the consumer that is going to buy it, so it was very involved for me. So even when it came to hair care, what makes Anomaly an anomaly is the fact that this trifecta of, having superior products that you would pay at least 4 times the amount for at an affordable price, vegan, cruelty free, and really like the good stuff is in it. The point being that this is a very unique brand catered specifically to people who care, who are conscious, who care about what they put into them, put on their hair, what they consume, and the consumer that also cares about the world that we're going to leave behind. So it's very unique and it's something I'm very, very proud of.
Even the name Anomaly is something very thought through. How did you guys come up with it?
Because it was unique. Like the idea was how all of us are unique in our own. Nobody is, even brothers and sisters, like nobody is similar to the other person. Like we're not made from the same blueprint, right?
Right.
And nor is this brand. This brand came from my 22-year career where I have sat in the chair of the best hair and makeup people. The best products in the world are used on my hair. So I have expectations. I have very high expectations. And I have used Anomaly since before we launched it, obviously, because I was doing all the testing. But I have not used anything else except Anomaly for my hair care. And, my hair has completely changed. It's changed the game for my hair care. This is my naturally dried hair that I just used a little bit of, give it a little bit of movement. But I can control and tame my hair because the foundation now is so strong. So hence the name, because to me, all of us are anomalies and this product definitely is.
Like you said, you've been in this business for over 2 decades now, and you've seen like so much of heat and product going in your hair on a daily basis. Was that one of the reasons why you felt like specifically starting a hair care brand? Like, what was the core purpose? Like, how did you come up with the idea?
Well, this is a little bit of a longer answer because my day job obviously is I'm an entertainer, I'm an actor, right? I started getting very interested in business about 10 years ago, I think, 10, 12 years ago. So I decided to go into the business of entertainment by becoming a producer. I started producing movies And then slowly, as my career pivoted here, I started getting really interested in brands and investment. And then I decided that, I've had so much experience in being a consumer of beauty that I want to find what doesn't exist in the beauty market. I remember showering one day and I was using this while we had just when we had launched Anomaly right at the beginning. They were very small SKUs. And I was like, wow, I'm using this bonding treatment from this other brand, which is so expensive and it's really small. And, I was like, so people who are buying, who want to use a bonding treatment because it's amazing for your hair, if you use a bonding treatment or bonding mask twice in a week, it repairs your hair, literally your split ends, especially if you're using tongs or hot tools, it repairs your hair. So I started thinking about the fact that Anomaly is a line which is basically democratization of beauty, is giving access to people to expensive, what would have been expensive beauty and expensive formulas in a really affordable price range. And that was the most important thing for me. The idea was to be very, very intentional. And it does come from my experience of what happens to your hair if you don't have a strong foundation, whether it's sun damage, whether it is hot tools, whether it is the environment that affects your hair, whether it's brushing too much, split ends, dryness, humidity. If you have hydration, and hydration is the key to nourishment for your hair. The more hydration you have in your hair, the more controlled it'll be, the more it'll have the shape that you want it to. And especially in an environment like for me in Mumbai, when I lived in Mumbai, my hair would just so, and when I want to do oiling of my scalp, I made it super easy by this nozzle because I'm a lazy person. I don't like to do that. So I just put it in my mang and I do, a massage for like 5 minutes and I'm done.
Are there any tips that your mom or Nani has given you that you use till date before you even came in this industry? Any hair care tips?
Yeah, my mom, I think she learned it from my grandmother, but I'm not sure. I used to do this dahi mask for your hair. Dahi and honey and eggs, I think, and put it in your hair and then wash it out. Apparently, it's and I still do that once in a while, but just with the paucity of time, it's a little bit more difficult. When I don't have the time to do my dahi mask, I put my leave-in conditioner and the oil on overnight and go to sleep and then wake up in the morning, and it's kind of a similar hydrating feeling. So I guess I created Anomaly because I didn't have time to mix my mask up myself.
I'm sure me and a lot of other girls want to know that what's Priyanka Chopra's go-to on a bad hair day? Like, is it a particular hairstyle that we see you in? Like, what's your go-to?
Yes, I do have a few go-tos when I'm having a bad hair day, which happens more often than I would like it to be. Because I have a lot of hair, it takes time for my hair to get to the right place. I do braid my hair at night, so when I wake up, it looks like this a little bit, so it has like a shape, which I really like. I don't like to blow dry my hair unless I need to for a job or something. And that's really changed my hair as well. But it's a top knot. I take a little bit of hair out, take all my hair up here and make an amazing top knot, pull out a few, and I'm good to go. Wear a big pair of earrings and I'm good to go. Or I've been doing this recently. I make 2 braids, which is also really a cute, fun thing to do with like hoops or something.
Yeah, awesome. So we'll know next time you have 2 braids.
Then I'm having a bad hair day.
Okay. I also want to know that in one of your interviews previously, you said that the day I leave this world, I want to leave a legacy for the world to know, and also my family and kids to be proud of. You have aspired and achieved so much in life, right from now being a beauty entrepreneur, an actress, a producer, an author, a restaurateur, everything. What more do you aspire after this?
Oh my God, you make me sound like I'm 100 years old.
No, just
Um,
what you're doing.
I'm a high achiever. I've always been a high achiever. I'm someone who is goal oriented. I like challenges. I like growth. I like evolution. I like knowledge. So when you put all of those things combined, I have a lot more I want to do. If I break it down, I've had an incredibly successful career in as an actor in India. I've worked with the best filmmakers. I've done films that I'm really, really proud of. And now I want to be able to, as an actor, create that body of work in my English language work, which is in America. So as an actor, I'm still new. I've just about, after 10 years of working here, just about reached the point where I'm doing the kind of roles I want to, where I have the kind of credibility within the industry that I've worked really hard for, where I have, trust with the partners that I'm working with. I have a first look deal with Amazon to produce and create content for them. Anything I create goes to them first, and we're doing at least 6 or 7 projects together. So finally it's a really exciting time on that front. But I'm still newer. I still want to do a lot of really interesting work as an actor here. Like I said, that's my day job. But outside of that, as an entrepreneur, which is also a newer journey for me, as when it comes to business, that's something I'm really focused on as well this year and for the next few years, along with Anomaly, which I founded. I have multiple brands that I've invested in, which I'm very excited to see their trajectory and their growth. There are multiple brands that I'm working on for the future that I want to create, which I see will be very useful and a gap in the market. I want to be able to work in almost every, vertical of media. I want to, try and obviously while producing, I produced a Broadway show last year. So I've kind of pivoted into theater a little bit. So I don't know where my life will take me, but I am a very go by the moment kind of person. Creative people are you just have to be inspired. And I was inspired to think about Anomaly. And that's when we approached Mesa and they loved the idea. And we spent a year and a half creating the product because, when you have an idea, you have to do something about it. Otherwise, what's the point?
No, but that's extremely inspiring to be having so many things and get going with so many of things at the same time, which actually makes me think that if there comes a point where something doesn't work out according to your plan, has your point of view or perception towards failure changed over the years?
I've had multiple things that haven't worked out in my life. I mean, I just don't talk about them. I'm not someone who rests on my failures. I believe that they are a natural part of life, and failure will happen to every single person. And it's what you do after failure that makes you the person that you will become. Mm-hmm. And yes, I do think as I am getting older, I'm 40 now, I think about my approach to failure. It still hurts. It still stings. Mm-hmm. I'll still cry with my family and I'll feel really shitty, but I get up faster. I get up stronger than I would have in my 20s. And I think that is because I've now built a career where I feel a lot more comfortable about the woman that I have become, the opportunities that I have, the career I've been able to create, the love and faith that, audiences have given me over time, and people who know about me and care about me and consume my work, whether it's my products or my movies. I have had consistent support. And that kind of, you believe in yourself a lot more when you do something for a long time. And yes, of course, from when I started out to now, I'm a very different person and I've learned a lot more.
So I have a few questions, which is basically I'm going to give you a few of your character names from the films that you've done with different
I'll never remember my character names.
Not the names, the hairstyles that you've had. And you need to tell me if you had to give that hairdo makeover to someone in the industry, who would you give it to? So, for example, Badfi.
I think Ranveer would look really cute with curly hair.
Okay. Dostana.
Blow dry, I think, would look really amazing on Alia.
Yeah. Pyar Impossible.
The bob.
Yeah, the
Oh, I would
bob.
love to see that on like Katrina. I think her face would look great. I don't think I've ever seen her in like short hair. That would be cool.
Yeah. Bajirao Mastani.
I would love to see that on Janvi. That would be beautiful on her face.
And lastly, Gunde.
I think Deepika, with her length, that sari, that long braid, beautiful.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And we can't wait to use the products, and wishing you all the very best, and hope we can see you super soon.
I hope so too. I plan to come to India end of the year, hopefully.
Yeah.
So maybe we can sit and chat more then.
Definitely would love that. Thank you.
Thank you, honey. Bye.
Bye.